Oh, okay. You're welcome to host and create your own, though. I love fish. I just love the fish. I love fish. Ah, I'm so. Ah. There's a lot of people here who want the gay fish. One fish, two fish, three fish, gay fish. All the fish available. If you do not take breaks, I will be very sad. Ah. Okay. What have we got here? We've got fish. We've got lots of people, which is like, wow, you're all here for the fish or to try to fish. However, you're not allowed to be here for 24 hours just to fish. That will make me very, very sad. If I'm not allowed to be here for 24 hours, you can't be here for 24 hours. I have been banned by Mr. Fruity Snacks from joining the train for the entirety of the 24 hours without sleeping or taking a break. Uh, for health and safety reasons, most all staff will be mandated to be having regular breaks. So don't worry, we did think this through. It's not just people who are insane, and it's not going to be the same people here for the entire 24 hours. There are going to be shifts. It is it is going to be it is going to be several different people. So you'll see some familiar faces for some parts of it, and then they're going to change throughout the event. This is 24 hours. We're not going to make anyone fish for 24 hours straight. I wouldn't. I would fish for 24 hours straight, but I'm not allowed to because it's healthier that way. Fish! Can't have a breakout on the open ocean. Exactly. Well, we're not all. We're not in the ocean that much. Warden is a. We've got Warden like three times, and that's in a lake. So you can have a break on the lake. Breaking on the lake. For we have the entirety of the Eorzean Aquarium staff is represented here, from NA to EU to OCE, and we are, and all of the. I will dig a deep enough hole to fit a boat to rock and shake. Oh, thank you for the follow, Zwinmove. Yes, just to be sure, just to make sure that everyone here is aware of what is required, you'll be required to have your Tomlor of Ichthyology books. So if you don't have them, uh, please try and get them. They're very important. Um, it might be a bit late to get some of them. We will be uh, we will be doing fish from ARR all the way up to Endwalker, and then um, for some fish in Endwalker, there will be gathering thresholds in which are strictly required in order to catch the fish. The highest you will require is 3,300 gathering. Fishing books for Endwalker can be found in Radzatan. They are available for script exchange on the right hand side of Radzatan. There will be Endwalker legendaries on this fish train. We have Loporoceras elegans. We have Forker cauda that's appearing. There was a sidereal whale earlier that a lot of us went to. There is a lot of there's a lot of us who were at the garlic phase window earlier as well. Fruity was at that one, and he kind of attempted that. I did not attempt that because I tried it. I tried the last window and I lost count because you need 12 Basilosauruses, and then I got like 2 Basilosaurus Rex. So I'm just here like, Please make sure that you have high cordials, fishing food, and the food is anything that boosts your GP in gathering. So currently for Endwalker, it is Yakao Musaka. However, Jinga Biryani is also the is it Jinga Biryani? Jinga Curry. Okay, we are going to be starting soon. Happy Pride. The fish do not care what you identify as. They will slip or be caught on your hook anyway. There's a significant crossover between people who identify as queer and those who are fish. I don't know why. I feel like amongst the Eorzean aquarium staff, there's a lot of sexualities and genders represented. Shout out to every possible flag. I have many thoughts about the progress flag just because I don't like it kind of reminds me a little too much about the Philippine flag with the triangle there. I saw the polyamory flag quite recently, and I thought it was the Philippine flag. So I'm just like, if you put a triangle there, it just triggers the Filipino in me. I don't know what it is. Right. We will be starting soon. The information on the train can be found at eorzea.fish slash Pride 24. Please, the information regarding the information regarding the train, our locations, and whatever else will be found there. So we'll be heading to our first stop soon. We're starting with a very relatively simple fish. Let's say simple. We'll be starting Joan of Trout. That's in the ARR in Upper Lenosha. So we are going to be heading to Upper Lenosha. Joan of Trout. Oh God! I'm gonna go to Western Lenosha. So, I fully expect we will just be charging in. Yeah, so I don't really like. That part of Upper Lenosha is a pain to get to, so I never actually go to that part from Upper Lenosha. It's I actually go through Outer Lenosha. Please take the ferry, guys. It saves you like having to fly across the whole distance. Yes, tonight's first shift will be handled by Fruity Snacks and Jenna Marie. There is a fate here. There's a fate here. Come find Jenna. Wow, there's so many of you. I'm so happy. You're all here to fucking fish! Are you fishers attacking the train? Fishers, please stop attacking the local wildlife. those of you unaware what a fish train is, a fish train is we go from spot to spot. Um, we will be we'll be going through different holes, and we'll just be catching fish. It's great. We will be giving instructions, and for if you are um, if you are if you are new and don't have bait or don't have this particular bait, we do have supply of it. Please look for your local bait. The bait shouters will be around. You're all here for Joan, Jayan. Where is the train? I have closed the link on uh, on Teamcraft. That was a mistake. It was so the planning of the train was a group effort, though the lion's share of it was done by Jenna Marie and Fruity Snacks with input by me. Uh, we um, we worked a lot on trying to get a good variety of fish, ranging from I guess like ranging from fish that are considered quote unquote easy to so current tier legendaries. Um, yeah, so we will have instructions at every stop. Don't worry about that. If you don't know how to catch a fish, we will try and our best to explain it to you. Some fish may be a little bit more difficult. You can ask staffers in say or yell what the best way to do a fish is if you need help. Um, Here in Full Falls, you use a pro fly to slap a warm water trout, and then once you get a warm water trout, you just get your drone of trout. And so 2 minutes till the window opens. You can follow along the train either on Carbuncle plushie, or you can follow the train on Teamcraft. Window is up in 1 minute 30 seconds, so we're just gonna relax. We're gonna there's no rush. Like, you can prep at this point. Not all holes require angler's art stacks, so sometimes you really just don't need them. It's you can just there's a lot of bits and pieces that goes on behind the scenes, so be sure to we want you to enjoy your time here as much as we had. Hello, wow, there's so many of you. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Giovanni and Squeaker is sadly not on today's train, but it could be. Look at all of you. Oh, we got people beating up the local while. Window is open. Good luck, fishers. Jar of trout, relatively simple fish. Just chum, cast and chum, wait for the triple hook, and Bob's your uncle. It's the entirety of this is the entirety of Full Falls, this entire area. So people can spread out. There's no need to just be crowded up in one area. But it's just great. It's something I get asked a lot is do this how much do the staff like fishing, and a lot of us like fishing, and that's kind of spilled over um, to wanting to share that with everyone. And this is and I'm really glad that we can come together on OCE and have a good time and fish. It's just staff love this. Staff absolutely love this. Um, Jenna Marie, aka Space Jenna in chat, is 100% the fish train person. Um, she's the one who's got how to plan this down to an art. She will occasionally hold lessons. So if you ever wanted to do this kind of fish train yourself, you are free to reach her either through Fishguard or the Eorzean Aquarium Discord. It is something that we do help people do and help facilitate them doing this own yeah. Jenna can also help you form your own train, if you're not sure on what you want to do. I understand there's 1,525 fish in this game, in the fishing log currently, I think, and there's about 200 something big fish. So it's a lot of fish, and some fish are up all the time, and appear with some regular frequency, and some fish only appear once in the blue moon. So depending on what you'd like to do, whether you want something based on expat, whether you want something based on aquarium fish, there's lots of options. It's not just big fish. You can also do whitefish as well, regular fish for a break, or there are a fair few timed whitefish that you can go for. It's not. It's we're not. It's not just about the big fishing though. That is the big draw. Team Craft and Carbuncle Flushy are very useful tools. Oh, we've got some people who are catching their Jonah Trouts. Oh, that's wonderful. Congrats, people who are catching Jonah Trouts. Yay! Joan of Trout, a queen among trout and lady of the waters of Fool Falls. This is yeah. So it's great that this is our first fish. Yes. We will be going to the peaks next with the undecided. In the same way that you don't have to put a label on yourself immediately. The undecided is also, is a big shout out to those who are figuring things out. A lot of the fish on the train are either pride theme or favorites of people who identify as queer. We do have the gay fish warden of the seven hues available 3 times in this. It is a good time. If you have any fish facts, please let us know. Yes, all of the information is found on the website. Uh, 14 fish facts or fish facts because I'm happy for all fish facts. Um, I think one of the most interesting things I learned so far is that a lot of the fish in this game are based off real fish, and real fish, especially prehistoric ones, are really really weird. Please give me your fish facts. I love fish facts. Joan of Trout is officially closed, so we will be heading to the Peaks next. Peaks will be the next raid. The one that I love that me most being based off a real fish is the upside down catfish, is because I have two of them. Yes, that's the Javanian squeaker. We have that in Aquarium Sophia. It is an upside down fish. And I believe it looks like it's swimming upside down to confuse predators, which is baller as far as I can tell. Okay. The free trial has extended to Stormblood. So originally, people, we had to remind people that the free trial extended to Stormblood. Um, it's a bit of a weird thing to say that like practically half the game is available for free. My God. There is a thing about fishers attacking the local wildlife. Every time we go, like every time the first warden event in Aquarium Marlborough, Aquarium Crystal, we they we had someone who was specifically on fate duty to kill the two fates that pop up in the area, but we also had fishers who were finished just smacking the smacking the smacking the oh I'm sadly hi, sorry, I'm not a staffer. I will put myself on busy before people think I am. Yeah. Funnily enough, the upside down catfish doesn't make a noise, but another catfish I called the Raphael catfish, and they squeak when you feed them. Oh my God. Yes. Despite wearing the staff, I am not. I'm currently not. I am currently not handing out bait. The bait that I have is for like much later, at like 12 p.m. AST up until 4 p.m. AST. So this is not bait for now. This is bait for later. We have so much bait. Please trade bait for people. Window is up in 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm currently wearing your uniform, but off shift. Yes. We actually have all of the leads of all aquariums here at the minute. So we have Fruity Snacks is here. We have Corey and Ines from Aquarium Spriggan, and then me. I am the lead of Aquarium Sophia. So we're all here to see our first ever 24-hour cross-regional fish train. Go off without a hitch. Aquarium Sophia was kind of like the test run for this. For our anniversary, we had an ARR train where we spent most of it just kind of going through my favorite ARR fish, and then we ended with Namitaro, giant Takitaro, which a lot of people were very happy or unhappy with me for. But I felt like we needed a challenge at some point. You're moving in herds. Gay people travel in herds. Oh god. uh, when I was in college, uh, I can confirm that gay people do travel in herds. It's really funny. Just one concentrated massive gay from one moving from one place to another. Window is up and one. Look at this. So many people. Lots of voyagers. Some people who are locals. Got a few Sophians. Wanderers like me. Look at that. The undecided. Uh, it's a fairly simple fish to catch. I wouldn't say it's super difficult. I think most of the difficulty comes from um, keeping the mooch up and managing your GP. But it's not necessarily about, it's not like it doesn't have a particularly low bite rate. It's got an average bite rate, I would say. I swear to God. And there we are attacking local wildlife again. Real, 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 real. No. Oh my god. My god. Real. We got people from all of these seasons. We actually have we have a few Japanese speakers who are on the train or showing up later, which I wasn't expecting. It's taken me by surprise uh how many people just want to come and fish. I suppose part of it comes from the fact that fishing is usually a solitary activity. So as a result, we don't really get the opportunity to hang out with other fishers unless it's through ocean fishing. But at the same time, I feel like 私は日本と魚が好きです。はい。その通り。Powerful hook set. Yes, this is a fish that uses the powerful hook set. Congrats! We've got someone already caught there, undecided. I love seeing people like I think it's really funny when we see someone get like an achievement go big or go home achievement on fish. It just warms my heart a lot. The first cast. Why is we don't worry about the bait. We have so much bait. Like there are people with lots of bait. Our staffers we learned a lot about the kinds of bait that people will need um and versus the windows that are around. I think there's a formula being worked to kind of make that more efficient based on probability of fish. Some fish will not need that many bait. Some fish will require a lot of bait. If you take things like bite times and kind of what strategy you're using. Yes, Liara is currently one of the people on shift at the minute. She has lots of bait. So is Jenna. So is Fruity. So is Bruni. They have bait. They are here to help you. Yes. So this is actually the first time that we've had to consider thinking about relative amounts of baits that people would need. Average it like obvious. Big fish require certain baits to be caught. However, how much of that bait you will need depends on several things. Firstly, what's your main strategy? Are you slapping the longer bites in the pool so that you just get short bites that you cast out again really quickly? or you are, or like are you wait are you hooking in before a certain time? There's lots of things to think about, and there will be math coming out soon. Oh, look at them undecideds. Nice generous window, relatively easy bite. Lots of undecideds for people. Another 14 fish fact. The spotted pleco is obviously a real fish, but there's hundreds of unique varieties, some of which can cost hundreds of thousands in the aquarium trade, e.g. the LO14 sunshine pleco, which goes for around 500 to 700 AUD. Oh my god. 500 to 700. I know that certain fish can cost a lot, but that's a lot. It's called the undecided because it swims up and downstream for seeming no rhyme or reason, undecided which way to go, at least according to the fish log scholars. So it goes there, goes here, it is hither and thither. That's why it is undecided. I love the fish train. I love the log. Sorry, the fish log. Fish log is absolutely unhinged lore about the game and about the fish. I recommend watching the Las Vegas Speaking the Language of Creation panel that featured Kate Swinar and Koji Fox. They talked about the fish, particularly. There's a giant section about fish, and they did kind of like a Mad Libs thing where people were able to name and give some traits to a fish that will be appearing in Dawn Trail. The 30 reasons why I don't do pleco stuff. My most expensive fish tops out at 150 each. Black Widow. I imagine like just the cost of buying the fish is just the start, because I imagine like maintenance and feeding would quickly add to that, particularly if you're looking at species of fish that are very particular about their environment or their food. So I've seen aquarium TikToks come up every now and again. It's just like, oh my god, they've got tweezers in which they feed live shrimp to their fish. 5 minutes left on the window. May you all get the fish! May you all get the fish! We didn't actually put any spearfish in this, just as a reassurance. We are not making you spearfish, thank God. Fish fact: white goldfish that nobody wants is actually a baby warden of the seven hues according to the fishing logs. Oh, yeah, they're not aspected to any particular ether yet, I believe. Why are you beating the local wildlife? Oh my god. Oh my god. How do people feel about the Girabania BGM? I feel I like the one in the peaks. I, however, do not like the one in the locks because not because Stethocyanthus is a pain. I think Diamond Eye is more of a pain than Stethocyanthus. Diamond Eye is a pain in the backside. Just. I think, like, I have attempted Stethacanthes, like, twice, and I got it twice each time. And I have been to, like, 30 windows for Diamond Eye and no dice. The real unreal is the trout. Unreal. Thankfully, I do African cichlids, which are very easy to work with in this massive community in my state. The filters are probably the biggest expense since the sand can hiccup the motors and spare parts easy. Yeah, yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine, like, pumps and like filtrations and stuff. That's very finicky. On cod. It's real! 2 minutes left in the window. Fine. We'll beat up the fish. We'll beat up the scarab beetle. No, Leora! Go! No! Just reminding people that you will need the folklore books. If you don't have the folklore books, please check if you have it. Oh dear. That is physically impossible to catch every big fish within 7 days, because some fish are not available at least for another 10. Bob Goblin base is gone for another 10. Like Sweet and Ipeki is like gone for 4 or 5 days at a time. Fast as possible. I think, like, you would, like, given RNG and window scarcity, and if you pick window, like, presumably you're not getting, like, a duskfish or a salad that are going away for long periods of time. Like, they have an unusually long window. Now, it takes people 1 to 3 months at fastest. Xenacanthus at the fringes. So we are going to Xenacanthus. I like this fish. This fish is annoying, but I like this fish. We are going to go fish in the river. Near, caster is, the best caster is Fisher. Xenacanthus, 10 minutes until you are free to build Angler's Art Stacks. This is a fish that has quite a high slip rate, so please do not get frustrated if it bites and gets away, because this fish has a habit of doing that. It's just what it is. It took me a while to catch this, largely because it it bit a lot, but it just didn't want to get reeled in. You'll need the folklore books. I am reminding people that they need the folklore books for this one. Oh dear. Okay. All right. So we're gonna have a special guest now. So let's see if we can get them on. Let's see if that can come through. Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hello, stream. Happy Pride.
Hello. Happy Pride. We've got Mr. Fruity Snacks here. Now that we've got the train going, please shout if you can't hear him. You should be able to hear him. I have this desktop audio being captured, so he should be all clear.
And I turned my microphone volume up too. So
Yeah. No, I think you're coming loud and clear. Fruity, will you sign my Steam profile?
I
How do you even do that?
I haven't heard someone ask me. Someone has not asked me to do that in probably a decade now.
Oh my god.
I used to do that back in my TF2 days. People were like, "Can you sign my Steam profile?" Which I think you just leave a comment on the profile. Like, you give
Oh
permission
yeah,
to
I
do it,
forgot you
and
can
then
leave comments in Steam profiles.
Like my Steam profile has like someone from Valve on it.
Oh jeez.
That's how I know it.
Yeah. So you're currently in charge of the shift of the train, right? You were.
I'm currently in charge of shift 1. So we have 8 total shifts, broken down into 3 hours each. So I'm currently on shift 1, and then I'll be on a break for a little bit, and then I will have shift 3. But I do not think I'm captaining out, but I will be around.
Yeah. We are not doing 24 hours straight. We're not making people stay here for 24 hours.
No, I barely make people do 6. Like,
Yeah.
I actually told them that I put some people in, it was like 6, but like, it makes sense with the schedule. No, I made sure to, when we scheduled it, that it was very friendly to folks' time.
Mhm.
Mostly I just let people self-assign, be
Mhm.
like, hey, what shifts do you want to cover?
Mhm.
If somebody put in multiple, I put in the ones where they were needed. And for the most part, I'm really trying to make sure that everyone stays comfortable, gets enough sleep, enough rest. So if you're going to be on this stream, or on this, you're going to be on this fish train, and you're like, I can stay up for 24 hours, please don't.
Yeah, please don't.
Just don't. I mean, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but we take no responsibility.
Yeah, no, I mean, you gotta hydrate on your own. You gotta eat on your own. You know. We're making sure that all the staff do that as well. So
Yeah, so
everyone
probably
will be
about-
made to rest.
Yeah, so here in about, probably in the next half hour, all the staff will have taken their first break. I mean, there's about 3 breaks per shift, or a 3-hour shift.
Yes. And then, do you want to explain really quickly, kind of like what was the theming behind the train? Like, because you said bits of it on Twitter, but we did actually think a lot about what fish were in the train, and keeping in mind that this is a 24-hour train.
Yeah, so every year since the first aquarium opened back in, gosh, it was 2020,
2022?
now.
2022. May 2022.
Yeah. May 1st, 2022. Every year we've done a Pride event. And the first year it was just on North America, and it was just going for Warden of the Seven Hues.
Mm-hmm.
We had a really good window where we could do it for like 3 hours straight.
I remember that. We I think we sat down, like a bunch of us sat down and just plotted out all the green prismfish windows, and then there's this one section that just one day that had like a really nice stretch.
Yeah, it was the perfect time. It lined up really well. I think it was like June 18th or 19th or something.
Hmm.
And so that was the first year, and then the second year, we obviously by then had the Aquarium Spriggan and Aquarium Sophia, and we were like, well, obviously, if y'all are able to do your like stuff for your region, then we should do that together. And so you hosted Sophia's
I did,
event,
yes.
and then Innocent Corey, who are the leads for Spriggan, did their event, and then we did the North American event.
Yeah, so we held
And
an art party in Sophia. We had people were free to either draw people or the fish, which was the first time someone had ever done that. We had a lot of people who were drawing fish because we had the warden out
that's,
in the main lobby.
that was one of the things that I think we've learned a lot of is that like a lot of people are like, what do I draw at art parties? If you just have a fish there, that fish is going to be drawn more than any single person at the art
Yes.
party. Um, but we had so we had the art. I think you did an art party. Europe did fish train or fishcraft, one of the two.
They
I
had
don't remember.
fishcraft and some ocean fishing.
And Warden. They
Yes.
did a lot of Warden. That was it. And then North America also did Warden as well. And we picked it and we threw in a couple of other LGBT themed fish as well, because there's surprisingly more than you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
And so for this year, we had the opportunity to bring everybody together
Mm-hmm.
on a single server all at once via data center travel to Oceania. And I was like, cool, we should definitely do something with that, like we've done before. We'll do a fish train because we know we've gotten pretty good at putting together fish trains. Let's do another one that's, you know, Pride theme. But what happens if we did it for 24 hours? Because we have such a global community, and the
Mm-hmm.
fishing community is global, and there's a whole lot of people that are like, damn, it's not in my time zone, or damn, I'm at work, I can't join this.
Yes, we get that a
Well,
lot whenever we host an event. It's like, oh, I can't make it because, um, like it's not the right time for me, or I've got prog, or like it's when I'm literally starting work.
and so I think I was talking to you about it because you and I are on like are literally opposite
We are
sides of the
literally on
world.
opposite sides of the world. Yeah.
So I was like, hey, how can we make this work? I think between, you know, your side of the world and my side of the world, we have enough coverage that we could do a 24 train. When do we start it? How do we do it? And we sat down, we figured this out, and so we now have so we broke it down again into 8 shifts, so 3-hour shifts, and we even catered the train to the prime times for the region.
Mm-hmm.
So not only is it LGBT themed, but we also know that like Materia is a relatively new server.
Mm-hmm.
You've pointed out that there's a lot more sprouts than
Yep,
others.
we have a lot of sprouts and free
So-
trial fishers.
Yeah, so we made sure that the train was not fully free trial friendly, but it is a little bit heavier on like the Realm Reborn and Heaven's Swordfish and Stormblood to make sure that we can adapt to the prime time of that region. So I think we spent 2 or 3 weeks designing going through this train. I was working with Jenna Marie, who made it, was the lead builder of it. Went through it with her for like 2 or 3 weeks to really nail down like, are we going to do Lancet fish? Are we going to do Sethicanthus? Are we going to go to cities? Are we not going to go to cities?
Are we
gonna
going to go to always up fish in contentious holes?
Yeah, are we going to do the matriarch again? And really trying to figure out how to craft like the best fish that wasn't, or a fish train that wasn't very tiring.
I
'cause
think
it
one
is
of
gonna
the
be
things
24
that we
hours.
had in mind was that it shouldn't, like, there's an inherent level of frustration of fishing, so we shouldn't add to that by like having like really small or really hard to find holes. I believe we tried to pick holes that had a fair amount of space.
Yeah, for something like this, for sure. I know for Fish Fest, we did the matriarch hole, and honestly, I'd probably do that again for Fish Fest, but
Yeah.
there's a different tone to that we wanted to convey, and the Fish Fest fish train is also like only 6 hours long.
Yeah.
Whereas this
Just
is
for
4.
those of you who are unaware, there is a hole in Kurth's Central Highlands called the Exploratory Fishing Hole. the big fish there is an always up fish called the matriarch. The thing that makes this hole very frustrating is that there is a very small cast circle for it. So you,
It's like less than a yard wide.
yeah,
It is called the exploratory ice hole, and it is quite literally just
a hole in the ice. And if you get more than I want to say like 5 people around it, you're gonna have issues. You'll be standing on top of each other. And it's because it is it's like less than a yom long. If you get a miss, I don't think there's any possible way to shift where you can get rid of a miss in that hole.
There is actually a way to do that.
Wait, there is?
But you have to stand at max cast distance.
Oh my god.
And you have to stand on the other side. A lot of people, for such a small hole, a lot of people have spent a lot of time figuring that hole out. So we were really trying to be very cognizant of making a fish train that would, because it really is going to be a bit of an endurance, even though we're not encouraging people to stay in the hole 24 hours, because that's unhealthy, and I do know some people are, and if you are, that's fine. Please take care of yourself.
Yes. We were there for Discovery, and I know that there was lots of talk about how people were told not to be around for the entire 24 hours, and then they wake up like, a day later, and most of the fish are discovered, and that was.
Endwalker was a bit like that. It wasn't as much like that in Shadowbringers, but it's a bit of it was a bit of a balancing act for this train. I think it was,
definitely.
I think Jenna, who was the one who put most of it, who basically built the whole train.
Yeah, no, props to Jenna. Jenna is a wizard. Jenna is absolutely the fish train wizard.
Who she really took a lot of time and took a lot of what. Basically, I was like, here's your restriction, and really put together something really fun. And we're gonna hit every expansion. I think we hit every zone, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3, because we don't go to like. Even then, we still do Tempest for like the Undertaker. So we hit every zone. We hit a bunch of really good fun stuff. There's a stretch. Yeah, I know during the second shift, so here in the next, it'd be about 2.5 hours, 3 hours from now. We go into a stretch where 3 out of the 4 fish in a row are legendary fish.
Oh god, yeah.
Quamaton and Zena Campus into Fairy Queen, which is not a legendary fish, but also one of the most slippery fish in the game.
Isn't this your shift? Isn't that your shift?
Pardon?
Isn't that the upcoming shift?
That's shift 2, which is not mine.
Okay.
I'm on shift 1 and 3 plus floating around.
Yeah. So we will as I mentioned previously, all of the aquarium leads are here, and they will be about and working shifts. So you will see Ines, you will see me, you will see Fruity, you'll see Corey. When we were prepared for some people to not be available, and then everyone just said, "I'm here! I'm here!"
Like, fuck it, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Everyone, it was like the end of like the Smash Brothers things. Like the whole team's here.
Yeah, the whole team's here, exactly.
People really came out to participate.
I think we're the first one who really coordinated an event on this scale. Fish Fest was kind of like a test run for it, and that was DC Travel had just been announced by that point, so it's we're learning a lot, and we don't know what the state of traveling to Materia or other DCs will be like come Dawn Trail, but we'll take that knowledge, and we can hopefully plan more events like this. I mean, I think it's been a wild learning experience.
This year we've done a lot of things that I don't think anyone else has done before. Sorry, someone is blasting Journey outside my window. So yeah, we haven't done like we don't really see a lot of community events that are cross regional.
Mm-hmm.
And we even did that before
We did, yeah.
travel open. We did that with Fish Fest. Um, and so we've been really trying to figure out how to make sure that we can get as many people involved in our events as possible because we know that the community is vast. It is not just like the fishing community is all over the place, and we want to make sure that everybody all over the place can participate. So I think this is the first time that we've hosted an event that any region can participate in
Mm.
with like on their main characters.
On their main characters. I think that's an important
Um,
thing because I remember when you first came over after traveling to Materia was stable, and you were really overwhelmed that you could visit another aquarium on your main. I mean, I was crying for most of that week, so I completely understand.
yeah, it was. I know we got. I know we got Corey, Innes, me, and you all in the same room
Mm.
on our main, which is different than being on our alts. Like we've done the alts before,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it was on our main. I was like, oh, it's weird.
It's weird, yeah.
Um, it was quite fun. So I think cross DC travel, we don't know what's going to happen with it. We wanted to take advantage of it before it went away from what we know. But I definitely see where it could be very, very, very fun and helpful.
Thoughts on
For
them
us.
adding
And
actual
just in
fishing to the
general, I
island,
think.
like the island sanctuary, like the island, like
Mhm.
we kind of have fake spearfishing there, so I don't think they're gonna add
Old
like real fishing.
spearfishing. It's the old spearfishing.
Oh god, we do not talk about old spearfishing, where you like looking at the bubbles and just squinting at them until you see the big flash you get. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think Island Sanctuary is fundamentally a different kind of content, and we have the fishing mechanics already implemented there, but they're not for the fish. They're for the creatures you catch. The creatures, the catching rare animals in Island Sanctuary is very much the same as catching a fish because you have RNG, you have what time conditions and weather conditions. So it's sort of like getting used to it's the sightseeing log of Endwalker. ARR sightseeing log has a lot of conditions and times in which you can actually activate the sightseeing log, and that usually tends to be a pipeline to fishing. Because if you enjoyed that, you might enjoy big fishing. Just as a
'Cause
thought.
when when uh, the Island Sanctuary came out, everyone was like, "Oh, we got to get timers for the animals." I was just like, "If you enjoy this, let me tell you about fishing."
Let me tell you about exactly. There are some people who are currently in the uh, overseas casuals team who we know from fishing, who have just gone full on Island Sanctuary, and it's like I know some of you. You were fishers, or you are fishers.
Yeah, and I think that was a lot of people were like, "This is a ton of fun."
Yeah.
And like, I think the part that I liked was like some of the people who were like, "I hate fishing," had a ton of fun with the animals, and I'm like, are you sure about that?"
You sure about that? So about that ruby dragon, that's not up for another like 3 days, isn't it?
4.
4, yeah, no, because we had a triple window recently that was
Quadruple.
quadruple. What was the fourth one?
We had. I think there was 4 windows in 36 hours.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Because
Um,
I
which
remember I remember in the span of 24 hours
Yeah.
we had 3. 3. Have the island
Yeah,
sanctuary?
there was 3 all at once.
Yeah.
I know we had a couple of like sidereal windows, sidereal whale windows
Yeah, it's a real
have
whale.
been pretty good as well.
Oh, we have a doozy of a window coming up next apparently because we're gonna.
Madam Butterfly.
Yeah, we're well. The problem with Madam Butterfly is not where it is. It's just getting there is a bit of a pain because there is no aetherite in the Dravanian hinterlands proper.
No,
You gotta go to
it's one of the
Idleshire.
few. It is one of the few zones that does not. I think it's the only zone that does not have its own aether.
Unfun
I'm
fact,
thinking like
I hate Madame
like
Butterfly. I don't know why I put it on the train. Oh.
because it's a butterfly.
It's, I mean,
It's a fun fish.
it's a fun fish.
I don't know if you've heard, Cavanessa has come up with new tech for it.
No, I'm actually still trying to catch, I don't know if I'm just gaslighting myself, but I feel like Hedgemore cricket in that particular hole seems to be shorter, on the shorter end of when it bites compared to like where armorfish is, where I feel like it's on the later end. So that might just be me gaslighting myself. But please do tell me about this new tech.
Stonefly nymph.
Huh?
So instead of purse web spider, you use stonefly nymph and you slap the I want to say crab, and it becomes like a 50% bite.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
I learned that
there's a crab and there's the
through
gnome
crab.
fish.
Well, I don't think it's gnome fish because crab is like a 30-45% bite.
Right.
Like
Okay. But gnome fish is the one that kind of appears at the later end of that Hedgemore cricket window, like it. With
Right. Yeah, hedgehog cricket's a pretty early one. So
yeah.
the window for Xenocanthus is now closed.
Yes, we have the window for Xenocanthus is now closed, and we will be going to Madame Butterfly. So we will be going to the Dravanian hinterlands. But in order to do that, we will need to go to Idleshire. I believe we will have people at Idleshire directing people to the hole.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure, everyone here is able to go. I think we had a few people pick up Xenocanthus, so.
Yeah, we did. We had a fair few people pick up Xenocanthus. We had some people who were unlucky with their hard-headed trouts.
Yes, saw that.
I do think the trout slips feel really bad, especially since it's supposed to be the easier of the fish to catch in that hole. So, we've got people going through. If you've ever been on a hunt train and you see people on their mounts, it's the same sort of feeling here. So we are heading through to Idleshire and then to the Dravanian hinterlands.
See, I really like Madame Butterfly, not because, well, I should say, when I first started fishing Madame Butterfly,
Yeah.
a few years ago, going for my first time, I did not realize that the Quickspill Delta, which is where you catch Madame Butterfly, the big pool in front of St. McCoy's Arboretum, counted as the Quickspill Delta. So I fell in love with going for Madame Butterfly because I always caught it in the creek. Because there's a little creek that flows downhill, and I always went that way.
But the
And that's
Quickspill
why
Delta is this entire
it's the
thing.
entire region
Yeah.
of water. I only fished it in the small creek. Didn't even dawn on me to use the large thing. And there's many people here already.
Yeah,
This
no.
would be a great.
Some people who had caught Xena or had given up had gone earlier, and we have a lot of people who are following the train on Carbuncle Plushie who are like making their way over.
And we do have the Teamcraft one is also up. It is public. I forgot to make it public, but it should be now.
It is.
So folks should be able to access it.
It is. If you go to eorzean.fish/Pride2024, there are links to both the Carbuncle Plushie train and the Teamcraft train, both of which are available to track the fish that we're currently on and will be doing for the next 24 hours. It starts with churn of trout, and then it ends quite fittingly, with Warden of the Seven Hues.
Which totally wasn't intentional at all.
It
No
was
way.
great it worked out that way, though.
The-
I'm really happy it worked out that way. How many people did you say we had when we started? It was can't remember the number you had.
We started with 87 at Joan of Trout, grew to
Okay.
100 at Undecided. I did not check at Xenocampus, but I will check here.
Mm. The wardens were the most important part of the train, and everything else was picked out after their times were set. Yeah, no, I believe that was one of the stipulations we had, that wardens were going to be the linchpin of this train. I know people who say they are literally coming just for warden, and probably a couple of others.
Yeah, I think one of the guidelines that I gave Jenna when putting this together was, if Warden is up, you go to Ward. Like that was kind of the thing, so that we hit it so that as many people could, and I think we timed it so that each region's prime time, at least Europe, Oceania, and North America, each of those three regions will get it during their prime time or sometime around that.
Yeah. And thank you for the follow, Ines. Ines is also here in chat. They are one of the leads of Aquarium Spriggan. They have been extremely helpful in helping get this together from the EU side. I know that they've been very instrumental in helping get a lot of the bait over. We have a lot of bait. Just like, there is no shortage of bait on this train.
There was an estimated 166,000, I think, pieces of bait and tackle coming over. So, yeah, there's a lot of people.
I know that so this is the thing for all Eorzean Aquarium fish trains. We will endeavor to have bait for people who do not have bait or are unable to carry bait if they're off the free trial. If we can trade to you, we will have the bait for a certain fish. I know that during the Sophia anniversary train, we had a lot of people who they only made like 3 lures, because I think that's the minimum you can make of certain lures, and then they lost all of them. So they came.
Some of them you need more than 3.
Yeah. No, we had people who needed topwater frogs for Namitaro. I know a bunch of people just lost all of the ones they had. So it's like, okay, that's a thing. But some fish really do just eat up your baits. I believe we were having discussion in the fish court about the biodegradability of some of these baits. It's
you don't think too hard about the realism.
Yeah, it's we don't think too hard about the logistics of the bait in this game. They just are. We just take them as it is. So what we've got now is that we are mostly been in free trial zones, or zones that are, how do I say this, available for most people to get to. However, we will be starting off like the second shift of this train in about 2 hours ish with Cosmic Haze. I believe it's Cosmic Haze, and then there'll be Aquamaton, and it's just a lot of there's like a very long stretch of legendaries. So it's gonna be yeah. We're starting off easy, and we're building up to something a little bit more difficult. I mean, I feel baited by Cosmic Haze. It took me a little bit to catch that. 4 minutes. Next fish is Rakshasa. That's in. Oh my. Okay. So the Ruby Sea, I believe by region, is the largest largest amount of water in the game, unless Stavnair has knocked that out. But uh, this is in the part that's not particularly near an aetherite, so I am curious about um, how people are getting there. I know some people will be going to Onokoro, some people will be coming in through the steppe. I know some people prefer that. Um, I mean, some people go to Kugane and just like fly through. I mean, I personally fly through Kugane because Kugane is one of my um, lower teleport rates. So that's a thing. There's like the ferry doesn't help in this instance because that the ferry does not go to that part of Isari, so you really would have to
No.
fly there.
No. There's a lot of different ways. I personally, sorry, cat needed attention.
Of course,
I
no.
personally go to Onokoro
Oh yeah.
and we'll do it that way. So and just fly across the sea.
Mm.
To answer your question, percentage of zone that is covered in water, Ruby Sea wins out over Vatnar.
That's in there. Okay.
Vatnar is more land than water.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's basically, I think though, Vatnarian coast is the longest single undisrupted piece of like fishing here.
The Thavnarian coast into perfumed tides.
Yeah,
It goes on forever.
Yeah, the great work is in there though, so I don't know how that'll actually break up. But yeah.
Are they killing the wildlife? I think they are killing the wildlife. Yes. Something that we do keep in mind when we do have these trains is, are there fates that spawn in the area? Is there a high concentration of monsters? During the first ever Warden event that we had someone who was assigned to fate duty, just to kill the fate that kept spawning in that area. We can understand that it's a bit, yeah, a bit disruptive to have a fate just kind of spawn in the middle, so we get that.
Yeah.
However, this does not stop the fishers attacking the mobs.
That's pastime.
Yeah.
It's a national past.
Yeah, I believe there were many Namazu who were clubbed to death with fishing rods. We've got people who've been catching Madame Butterfly. That's where we have some people who are quite rightly annoyed at gnomefish, which, fair, I am also annoyed at gnomefish. It's nice to see people in different stages of their fishing journey around, because we have people who are final fish here who are participating. We have people who really done ocean fishing coming on and starting to get the first really looking into how overworld fishing works. And I think it's great to see fishing. It's really easy to dip in and out of fishing, I feel, particularly if you kind of know the basics of it. So, and I hope this trade is a good opportunity for people to kind of be in an environment where they can talk to people, get advice, have emergency bait, etc., etc. We're moving to the Ruby Sea. The window is closed. We are going to the Ruby Sea for Rakshasa. Oh boy. So I'm going to go to
Rakshasa. Rakshasa honestly isn't the worst fish to go for. Because live shrimp we're offering live shrimp, though metal spinner would work.
Oh, we had a big discussion about this before the train started.
Yeah, we were like, someone was like, doesn't Shift 1 need metal spinner? And you were like, is it for Rakshasa? I'm like, oh boy, I hope not. Metal spinners are expensive.
Metal spinners are expensive, yes. So
So
for those unaware of how this fish works, you need to use a live shrimp or a metal spinner to get a ruby shrimp, and then from a ruby shrimp you cast out to get a Rakshasa. However, there are multiple triple exclamation point bites here, so there's a particular window that you're looking at for. I think it's less than 33 seconds or something like that.
No, it's Rakshasa is up for 20 minutes. This is also a good one for a break. If people need a break to go step up, and I would recommend doing so. It's a good time to do it because it's pretty break. Ooh, I don't have this. Ignore me being distracted. Can't. This is a lookout point. It's a sightseeing log.
So you might notice that we have picked the cliff to fish out of. There's actually a fairly big range of what is considered the Isle of Zeki. So some people prefer going inside near where the red Kojin are. Some people prefer over here, off the cliff because it's easier to get through. I personally like this bit because you don't have the you don't have just mobs walking up to you getting very close to you, which sometimes gets a little bit unnerving when I'm fishing. Yes, please use live shrimp as opposed to metal spinner. Both work, but we have plenty of live shrimp. You did the clip for the screenshots? Oh yeah, no, it's good. Fruity is capturing B-roll as he tried to clear his SSD. Don't know how successful that was.
I was able to free,
Mm.
which doesn't help because I think I'm back down to. Oh no, I still have about 567 giveaways left, which will be enough for probably the opening of Dawn Portal. But I'm thinking about getting like a raid array.
Just for the amount of guides you'll be doing, because I expect we're getting a new Studium-esque type thing. There's gonna be a more script fish, more big fish. There is always big fish.
I mean, big fish will be 7.1.
Yeah.
Like that.
Got Rakshasa. We've got people catching Rakshasa already. Fish. Okay. Fish get. I believe this, it's easier to find people to trade at this location. Same kind of principle as why I picked the other side of the Isles of Umbra South Shore, because I felt I liked the open space better. Koromo octopus. Oh, yes, that annoying bastard.
We have the octopus.
We have the octopus. We have the Zeki Gator. Zeki Gator is my.
Zeki Gator is the other.
Yeah, Zeki Gator, my beloved. So what have we got next? We've got Mirror Scale next, right? Yeah, Mirror Scale. Okay. Okay, so this is a so when we say that there's quite a lot of flexibility when it comes to these windows, Rakshasa is open for like 20 minutes. So people, like, if people want to take a break because they don't want to, they've caught Rakshasa or they just want to stop for a little bit, we have plenty of windows where there's just lots of time where you can just step away, hydrate, straighten yourself out, both for staff and people on the train. So it's not just intense fish. This is a mooch from
Shrimp.
From
Shrimp. Live shrimp apparently catches ruby shrimp, which you then mooch.
Yeah. So the good thing about being on a train is that you will have people who know what they are doing, or who have caught this fish prior. So there is lots of people who are willing to help, even if they're just on the train. They're not staffers. We have lots of people who aren't staff on the train, who will come and give fish advice, because some people sometimes just really it doesn't click for them, and I can understand some of these fish are a little bit convoluted in what they need, particularly if it's if like some of the heaven spirit fish are kind of busy, And we did have some issues with trying to explain certain fish that'll be appearing later on in the train, just with how complex they are. But it is but there will be no shortage of people who are here to help. So don't you worry about that.
Yeah, our first fish that I would consider complex, will probably be either Dragon or Ramdolopterus right afterwards. But following that, we have two really easy ones, which is just the Archbishop, which at that point, we're probably just going to say, see how many you can catch in a single window, because it's a slap catch.
Slap catch,
It's like
slap
a
catch.
conditional.
I
You
believe
can
when
force
we
it up.
when we did when I went to the Fishapalooza for that particular hole, it was just how many can we catch? It wasn't. It's not a particularly hard fish. In fact, I'm actually more surprised if people don't catch it during the window, because that's just almost unfathomable to me. This is a very high catch rate, and if you desynth it, there is a chance that you can get a cane of the round, the shiny one. If you don't
Which is funny
desynth,
because it's the Archbishop,
Yeah.
you get a cane of the round, because there's Pope. Yeah.
Alternatively, you can put the Archbishop in an aquarium. We have several in all the aquariums across the game. It is one of the few, like Girabania as a region is a little bit underrepresented in terms of fish, aquarium fish. So I think that like in Sophia, there's one time where it's like, okay, we're gonna shovel the Archbishop in here, just because it looks good. Please take. We've got lots of Rakshasas coming up in chat. Oh, that's great to see. That's beautiful to see. Yeah. So I will be ending the stream at the probably in the next hour or so, just because I also have to prepare for my shift later down the line. I am taking a shift in the morning to cover OCE's prime time, so I also have to review all the stuff I have for like. I have so much bait. I have enough bait to cover a Lalafell. Oh, wait, do I? I don't think. I think Fruity does, but I don't. This is just a handful of bait, but I will be doling that out to people later in the day. I won't be streaming my my shift because it's just there's a lot of bits and pieces that need to be sorted like on like my computer, because I'll be copying and pasting stuff. I'll be looking at locations on Teamcraft, so it's I'm going to concentrate on that and focus on bringing a good fish experience to people on the train, particularly because it's in my zone. People from my region will be attending. So after this, if you need live shrimp, you can. I think people are just gonna go for how many Rakshasa they can catch. Some people are just getting lots of octopi, which fair enough.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I've been reporting you.
Mm.
And just, flyby shots of when I can, of just things that, we have so we can use it later or share it. We can just be like, oh, wait, I'm in that video.
Yeah, no, it was great when Soken retweeted the shot of Sagoli Desert.
Yes.
Sagoli Desert?
Yes, I think that was Magic Carpet. But
Yeah.
it was Goalie Dude.
Mm.
I also just really enjoy it. It's a fun thing to do.
I like how like you don't do anything particularly fancy. You just have a controller and and like hide the UI and then just try and get a smooth shot as you can.
Fly around on the mountain.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much quality you can really up the quality of any video in a video game by just using a control.
Mm. Dio Squid is the other one. That's the other one I couldn't remember. It's Dio Squid, Zeki Gator, and Koromo Octopus in this hole that aren't the Rakshasa. Oh, we've got the crowd noise. Oh, I'm just.
Yes. We broke 100 people.
Oh, jeez.
So, for this event, we estimated that we would probably have about 300 people coming around. That was about what we had at Fish Fest.
Yeah.
So we figured it was going to be less people from all the regions on average, but because there's going to be more regions rather than just North America, it would be a whole lot more people. So we estimated around 300.
Yeah, 300 people-ish coming and going from all regions, with different different levels of skills. Some on the free trial, some of them haven't completed the entirety of the MSU. By the way, if the next spot we go to is at a hole that you cannot get to, we do have people who can take you, who can party up with you and ferry you over. We have staff who have 2-person, 4-person mounts. That's not an issue. Or if this is a zone that you cannot reach entirely for one reason or another, maybe because you haven't gotten that far in the story, or you're like an expat behind, that's fine. You can go to Aquarium to Sophia, or you can just send a tell to one of the staffers, and they'll be able to tell you where the next hole is, so you can wait there and get ready, or you can just just hang around and chill. It's entirely up to you. However, we did think if you can't fly in a zone, that's not a problem. Just let a staffer know. We are here to help. This is very beautiful. So many people.
Yeah, but let's look at the shots there. The next fish
Is mirror scale.
Mirror scale, which is in East Lenosha.
It's an always up fish.
At
Raincatcher Gully. No.
Raincatcher Gully. No, because that's
That's Terpsichorea. No. What is that hole?
No. It's the Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut. Okay.
Because it's a crashed Garlean ship. It's actually very, very pretty.
I like that area of Eastern Lenosha. Yeah.
It's not always up. You're thinking of Glimmerscale.
Glimmerscale. There we go.
S-rank trigger in Eastern Thanel.
Eastern Thanalan, yes.
Eastern Thanel? No, sorry, not Eastern Thanalan.
Western Thanalan.
Western Thanalan.
Yeah, underneath the bridge there. In Nafika's Wells. Then we also have Nepto Dragon after that, which is
Nepto Dragon's another good one.
Yeah, I like Nepto Dragon. Very fun fish.
Getting 100 people on that boat's gonna be a ton of fun. And then
yeah.
After that.
So some people are aware about the Nepto Dragon and that particular boat, but there are 2 fishing holes on the area where the Nepto Dragon is. So one has the Old Man in the Sea, and the other has Nepto Dragon. You need to be on the right half of the boat. I did have to correct some people at one point who thought, oh, you got the intuition on one end and then you had to go to the other. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. It's not how that works. That's just not how that works.
Once you know how it works, it's like, oh, it's very simple. It's very compartmentalized. Fishing is very much, it's never going to make you move around the hole. It's always that hole.
Aside from Morden, are there any particular highlights of the train that you like?
I think coming up, I think the Warden and the 7 Hues coming up is going to be fun. That's enough that's in multiple hours. That we're looking at like 6 hours. Six,
Yeah,
7
it's
hours
in 6
until-
hours time. Yes.
So until our first warden, and then we follow that up with Lily of the Veil, which is
Ooh.
actually going to be the first time an aquarium fish train has gone to the Arms of Mead.
Do you want to talk about the Arms of Mead?
Despite the Arms of Mead being a infamous fishing spot in the aquarium, for Fish Fest, I always did a scavenger hunt, where I would take pictures of a fishing hole and then people had to guess it. First year, I'm doing some testing just internally of ideas with some of the staff, and I go, okay, which one's this?
Can
And
you
like, "It's the
identify this?
They're like, can you identify this fishing hole? It sounds like it's the Arms of Mead. I'm like, cool, you got it. Can you identify this one? And they're like, is it some other place? Like, no, it's still the Arms of Mead.
It's still the Arms of Mead.
How about this one?
I think we had people
Is it
like
something else?
it's
Still the Arms of Mead.
It's like is that Heather Falls? I'm like, no, it's still the Arms of Mead.
No, I think it's 3 in a row.
Yeah.
With just the Arms of Mead, and the first one they got right, the next two did. So we'll have Lily of the Veil there, which is our first time going to the Arms of Mead. We will be making a stop in the Crystarium later today.
We've got Loose
That's not
Pendant
really
about, I
bad.
believe.
Loose Pendant at the end of shift 3, and then we enter into our first trip into. Oh wait, no, that'll be our second because we do Argonauta during 3. And then we hit the Hyposaurus, which I will be attending on my European ult because my EU ult still needs that one, so I'll probably swap.
I mean, like, the highlight for me is that Cinder Surprise is going to be on this train in about, like...
Cinder is...
in, like, 18 hours or
tomorrow.
so. Yeah.
Cinder's tomorrow. For me, that's the start of shift 7. They're gonna kick off with that. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun, because there will be a turnout of fishers for Cinder to begin with. So we're just gonna have more people there as well.
Yeah, and I think this train hits, with the exception of Sidereal Whale, which was on before the train, and Hyphus and not Hyphosaurus, Garliacthus, which was definitely on before the train.
Yes.
It'll hit all the Walker Legendaries.
Yes.
At
I
least
mean,
once.
I went
Fakata's
to Sidereal Whale earlier, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad this is on the train. I don't know why, but it seems to bring out very salty people in Shout Chat. But don't.
Sidereal Whale.
Yeah, Sidereal Whale. I don't know why that is.
We avoided doing those types of jail. Well, I don't want to say jail, but jail trains. Just because it can be so. It can be kind of weird, and it's not super great. So we tend to avoid those. But if people wanted to go out and do them, then they can. No issues.
Yeah, I feel like in general amongst fishers, aside from Morden, which I don't feel is a jail in the same way, because there's kind of multiple moving parts to that. Fish like Lancet and Sidereal and possibly Staphylocanthus, some people don't like doing that because of the quote unquote jailing component of it. It can be divisive, and it is divisive in the community. So we're just gonna sidestep that debate and just not do it. Not on this train. You know, perhaps one day we'll do like the devilishly hard fish train, and it's just complex and irritating fish.
What day was it? May 15th.
May 15th?
Another streamer, another fisher, May 15th of 2025. Cav has put together a fish train that I think hits just about every legendary.
Ooh.
Because they all spawn within like 4 or 5 hours or something.
Oh, jeez.
I'll have to dig it up, but it's like mother of all fish trains, I think is what they call it.
Is that available for viewing on Teamcraft? Because I'm
I
sure.
don't know if she pushed it to TC, but I do have the link to the Kirby somewhere. so I will dig that.
We have some Australians turning in for the night because it is getting quite late. It's like reaching 2 a.m. in some places in AST. Some people I know in the Asia Pacific region are here. Brave souls. And I hope that this encourages people to try making their own fish trains sometime in the future. Even if it's just one for you and your friends, you can get ideas from Teamcraft. Those trains are available for viewing. You can just be like, oh, I like the look of this. I want to do something similar with my friends or my FC. You can totally do that. Every fish train does not have to be a big event like this. Sometimes a fish train is just you and 2 other people, or 1 other person. I ain't stopping you.
Yeah, you can do it if you want. And the fish train tool is actually very handy for just planning out your day. Calf Colio will be doing a video. Sorry, Calf, if you're watching, I'm giving you a little gas up for this one. Calf's going to be putting out a video of their time with Problem Blitz, which was a little event that we did, and I'll leave it to them to explain. But they talk about how she used the fish train thing to plan out her evenings. Day of how she would.
I'm actually going to look up when the next window is for Bob Goblin Base, because I actually do not know. Like it's like I looked at it and went, oh no, when's it coming back? It's coming back in 3 days. Excellent. The one that's annoying is that Duskfish is gone for 10 days still.
Duskfish is the other Bob Goblin.
Yeah. So the Rakshasa window is closed. We are going to Eastern Lenosha for Mirror Scale. So we are heading over to Wineport. We're gonna head over to Wineport. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform doors. I'm gonna change mounts because this paisa.
We'll see that there's a bunch of people here who would say, okay, so I'm gonna stick around just a little bit.
Yeah, we the staff have accounted for every eventuality. We make sure that there's going to be someone at the hole ahead. We're making sure there's someone holding back, staying back to make sure that people get to the right place. If it's somewhere that needs a little bit of directing to get to, like if it's a hole in Javanian hinterlands, we try and get people at the nearest aetheryte just to make sure people know they're going in the right direction. Finally got it after everyone had teleported away. Only took 10 squid and 4 octopi. It do be like that.
For everybody to leave.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes everyone leaving.
Sometimes it do be like that.
It do be like that. Or it's in the very last cast of the window.
The last cast luck.
Yeah, last cast luck. I think the most painful one is if you have an intuition and you hear the intuition ding, but it doesn't stay on the line as you pull it up. I've had that for Sea Butterfly a few times, and it's like painful. I mean, there are optimal baits for locations, but you can use burst potential if you're Did I just get slowed by okay? Okay, I did not know I could get status effects. Fish, everyone, fish! We have a mirror scale up. Again, if you have any questions about the train, the staff are here to help. Your fellow fishers are here to help. No question is silly. Every train has a little bit of silliness to it. No, it's not a big deal. Just there are no stupid questions. Like, we do have to remind people: do you have the folklore books? Are you using the correct bait? Uh, Sometimes having snagging on can interfere with catching a fish. Be sure to turn that off. I love how each bait and tackle has its own throw animation. Yeah, it's got baits and tackles have different animations. Different kinds of baits can have different animations between them. You hold your rod in a different way. You reel it in a different way. There's a lot of care in the fishing animations, so it's just nice to see that they did pay attention to that. It's good. Fellas, I actually remembered to nibble my carrots this time. Yes, please. Having food helps. It doesn't. You don't have to be, eating Jenga this entire train. You can use any food that increases your GP. GP is probably the most important stat you can boost, unless you are going for the Endwalker legendaries, in which case, unless you're melded specifically for the 3,300 breakpoint, you will need Jenga. Oops. Yes, you can. You don't need food, but it helps. If you're going for Endwalker fish, it is highly recommended you eat food. Um, it's just, not everyone is melded for that, 3,300 breakpoint natively, because they're only melded one set that's going to be used for all the gatherers. So as a result, eating Jenga is probably the best way to get past the gathering threshold for legendary fish. So, I think, aside from that, if you're at level 90 and have level 90 gear of any sort, you're catching most of the fish in this train quite handily.
I was recording something and walked into a wall.
Oh no! Nepto Dragon is just a flyover to the other side, isn't it? From here.
Yes, it will basically just be flying over the mountain.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if you can.
I don't know.
because
I was just
can't do
thinking,
that.
can you fly over the mountain range here, or do you have to take the ferry / teleport there? Because I've never done it. I usually just teleport over. Someone keeps bringing the local wildlife. There is.
Oh wait, I need to be a roll.
We got lots of people who are catching the fish currently. Mirror scale is an aquariumable fish. It goes in. It's like a medium-sized fish, tier 2 aquarium. So you can put them in an aquarium, display them. They're quite nice. I think it's just a very nice looking fish.
there's gonna be a handful of aquarium fish outside of just Warden of the Seven Youth. There will be a large handful of aquarium fish
Oh yeah,
that I
no,
wish
we've got
maybe
loads.
it's not to make note of a bit better in our schedule.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've got, like, in this section alone, we've got Mirror Scale, we've got Archbishop, there's a whole bunch. And then Shift 2's got Aquamaton. We had Xenacanthus earlier.
Xenacanthus and Stethacanthus.
And Stethacanthus.
Which isn't an aquarium fish, but an equally fun fish.
Yeah.
Regardless in its own right.
Yeah. Obviously Warden and the prison fish can go in the aquariums. The Cristaria fish, I believe, is like, if it loose pendant is on the train, so that can go in aquarium as well. I believe, like, there's just a whole bunch, and there's some fish which should be in aquarium. We don't know why they're not in an aquarium yet. Oh well, we do know why, but I wish it were.
Some that we expect to become aquarium fish at some point.
Yeah. Like, we don't have any we do have some endwalker big fish like Bituvat grass that are aquariumable, but
It's so much fun.
none of the legendaries.
I love to just say, oh yeah, what fish is that? The Bituvat grass. Like, excuse me?
Bituvat grass.
Bituvat?
Bituvat. Yeah, Bituvat grass.
The way I like to describe it is, if someone's trying to describe that fish to me, I'm like, does it sound like you're saying something backwards?
Yeah, actually, that's a good way of describing it. Bituvat wrasse is one of those fish that's up like every week or so. It tends to have long windows in between when it's available, but it's not super difficult to catch. I don't find it particularly difficult to catch. It's really just you gotta be at the right place at the right time in order to catch it. Precision hooks.
Yeah. Mirror scale is a precision hook set fish. It's one of the there's. So.
I mean, would you like to talk about the salter?
Yeah, we'll get there in a second. So even Square Enix has pointed out that, if it's a weak bite, which is 1 exclamation point over your head, you use precision hook set like 99% of the time, almost 100% of the time. If it's 2 exclamation points, then it is
a powerful hook set.
Then it's powerful hook set. If it's 3 exclamation points, which is a ferocious bite, then it's usually powerful hook set, with the exception of a few big fish, in which case it's actually precision hook set, and because it actually scales based on the size of the fish itself. So if it's a small fish like mirror scale, it's going to probably be precision hook set, unconditional, smallest fish in the game, most big fish in the game, I think. Notably, that's going to use precision hook set. But if it's sidereal whale, which is like 500 ilms long, you're going to be using powerful hook set. I don't know exactly where that cutoff is. Like, I don't know where the cutoff is. If it can be up to X length, it's powerful. If it's below that, it's precision. I don't know what that is. I think it's nebulous. But it's pretty much, if it's a small fish, it's going to be precision hook set. If it's a large fish, it's going to be.
We've been fishing from the time before there were indicators above your head. And I really look at the rod animation to know. It's just I think one of the biggest quality of life changes is the change in having those indicators, because I think that's made it way more accessible to a lot more people.
Yeah, you don't have to pay as much attention. It also kind of puts everyone on the level playing field, because before that added, it was actually easier to fish with a controller. The vibrations didn't change.
Yes.
So you could tell it based on vibrations.
I mean, I think when it comes to, like, if you're on a PC, there's nothing aside from just watching and then latency can get into that, so you're just there like, is it? Is it? Just gonna YOLO it. All right, so we're gonna start moving over to Nepto Dragon soon. 10 minutes left. I mean, some people can go there already if they'd like. There's nothing stopping them from going if they'd like to move on. Because, yeah, I'm curious to how we get everyone on that boat. More than anything else.
I mean, we did it during Fish Fest, and it'll be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it's totally.
I mean, I did it during the Costa del Sol takeover, and it was a bit of a tight squeeze.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work. I hate lamprey. Yeah, lamprey is the other bite in this hole. The triple hook, 3 exclamation marks. It's a
Ferocious bite.
ferocious bite. Oh yes, that is the terminology. Yes. Yeah, it's just very we've got a lot of people here. People will definitely be on top of each other.
Mhm.
Mirror scale. Lots of people catching mirror
You're
scale.
going to be making a lot of friends today.
Yes, exactly. Lots of friends. Oh, there's some people who are actually fishing on top of the Garlean ship. I didn't realize that was actually 3D model.
It is a model with a collision, yeah.
Okay. I mean,
It's
one
some
of
parts of it,
one of
but
my favorite fishing
Very
spots is up the tower in for Ruby Dragon, because you wouldn't think you'd be able to fish from that high up.
there is a spot you can fish off the Kugane Tower.
Mm. Wait, what?
Yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 spots you can do that at.
Okay, so I got assisted at Kugana Tower to test this, and I could not find the spot where you could fish. I'm gonna have to do it again now to reconfirm. Because I legit went up there and tried and was like, I don't think you can do it, but need to look again.
Never remember if Nepto Dragon is 1 or 2.
Depto Dragon. One of the things about this train is that it is a pride event, so we encourage people to come in what colors they identify as, either for you yourself or for your character. You're free to express that however you wish. Everyone is welcome here. The safety of everyone on the train is our #1 priority. So, if there are any issues, we will beat up any troublemakers. Promise. That is the Eorzean Aquarium promise.
You don't mess with fishers.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't. We like
Also, speaking of colors,
yeah.
I believe there is a little fox running around. Mustian fox, I believe, is running around with dyes, high packs for folks who would like to.
To have their outfits dyed in particular colors. There is
So,
someone running around with some popular flag colors with on them.
Yes, if you see Robin Grace flying around, I believe.
Just send them a tell or try and get their attention and say, hey, do you have do you have color to help me represent myself? They have a bunch. They just have a fair amount of bait. Robin Grace, please make yourself known.
Yes, I believe I just saw them flying around
Okay.
on the Max a lot. So
If there are any problems, they will be respectfully used as bait for the next phase. Exactly. In this house, everyone is welcome, and in this house, everyone is free to present themselves however they like, whatever they're most comfortable with, and that's something that's true across the entire Eorzean museum network and the aquariums. There is no place for that kind of unseemingly behavior here. This is just not odd. And we have a significant proportion of staff who do identify as LGBTQ+. So we'd be doing a disservice to our own people if we weren't serious about that. It's ooh. How much longer do we have on this window?
a few minutes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to Neptodragon next, and you're gonna have to head off soon to prepare for something, aren't you?
Yes, I'm gonna go take my mandatory break that I haven't taken.
Yes. Please take a break. Please hydrate. Please make sure that you've fed yourself, etc. Well, thank you for coming on to talk with me for a little bit, Fruity. It's always a great pleasure when we chat about these things.
It's always a pleasure to. I am always happy, and if anyone ever has any questions about fishing, you can just message me, message Kyrie, really most fishers are extremely open to helping other people who want to fish. And if they aren't sure, they usually know people who
will be able to direct you to people who do know. Yeah. So, yes, thank you very much for joining, Fruity. We will see you around the train. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And everyone have a wonderful day on the fish train, and happy Prime.
Thank you. So, Fruity is gone, and I'm going to be here a bit longer. I'm gonna be covering Neptodragon, and then I will be retiring for the night, as I also need to. I have a shift later. It's I'll be covering during OCE's prime time, so that'll be me later. I cover 2 shifts later. So if you can't stay up, that is absolutely not a problem. I'm not staying up. I like sleep. See, the only reason why I'm like rank 14 in Balmung on my other character and as a Beata and not a Saint is because I actually like sleeping. I really like sleeping. Thank you for the follow, Rogan. Oh my God, it's the roaster. Oh, 1 minute left on Neptodragon. 1 minute left on Mirror Scale. We are going to Neptodragon next. You need to be on the back of the ship, not the sides. The rear of the ship, not Neptodragon, my nemesis. As previously mentioned, the fishing holes on this ship. Well, let me tell you something, brother. We're all having a wonderful fishing time. We are. We're absolutely having a great fishing time. We will be having a good fishing time for the next, 18 or so hours. So we're gonna head to the ship now. Past past the island of endless summer. We're gonna be heading straight over to the ship. I don't actually know what the ship is called. You have to be on this end of the ship, not the other end. This end, the wrong end. This end, the correct end. Please be on the correct end of the ship. You will be on top of each other, sadly. There is no way around it. Yeah, it's so we are currently at Nepto Dragon. It is it is one of the Feast of Famine fish, which is the legendary fish quest that you can get from Sisipu Wawalago at the Fisherman's Guild. After you complete the level 50 fishing quest, you can give the living legends of the ARR zones to Wawalago, and you get the title of Dragon's Deep. And it's a very kind of like nice, easy way to get into fish. It's it kind of just gives it walks you through it. Jenna Marie will be giving it will be giving instructions, and these instructions can be repeated for anyone who needs them. This is an intuition fish. It will require we will be triggering intuition before you are able to catch the fish. I mean, I don't think this is the hardest of the fish of Feast and Famine. I believe that solely goes to Namitaro at this current juncture. However, people's mileage may vary. I know some people really do not like Helicoprion. Helicoprion is a pain in the arse. I can understand. Oh, that is a tight squeeze. Oh, that is. Can't believe we got that many people in the boat. It's absolutely wonderful how we've got the crowd noise on that bloody shit. Oh, that's wild. That is. Oh, excellent. Oh my goodness gracious me. How just amazing. Oh. We have a Nepto Dragon card. We have Nepto Dragon. Oh, thank you for the raid, Lampy. Thank you so much. We're fishing. We are currently fishing. We are currently fishing in Sophia in the Materia DC. We will be currently we are currently on the Privateer Stern Castle. I'm going to get that wrong. We are currently fishing for Nepto Dragon. This is a 24-hour fish train done by the Eorzean Aquariums in Final Fantasy XIV. This is 24 hours of fish, ranging for all skill levels from ARR all the way up to Endwalker. Everyone is welcome to celebrate Pride with us It is absolutely one of the it's absolutely one of the highlights of my year. I've spent a lot of time and effort planning this train because with along with Fruity Snacks and Jenna Marie, because it's been, yeah, we currently have about 100 something people, um, and that number is going to be fluctuating throughout. We're expecting a turnout about 300 people max. So and we are we're definitely having a good time. Yeah. So we are currently in Sofia in the Materia DC. You can DC travel to here if you would like to attempt fishing with us. Currently, so the last fish, it will be happening. I'm just gonna check the precise time. Will be in 21 hours from now. So it is a full 20. We're about 2-3 hours in. Feel we are going until like 21 more hours, and you'll be able to, if you'd like to be able to check the train details, they are currently at the pin post available in the chat, or if you go to Sophia, there will be someone with a party finder up where you can trace them down. We everyone is being as helpful as they can be. There are lots of fishers. We're not going to be here the entire 24 hours. We have staff from all regions of the Eorzean Aquarium coming to help. So I'm taking a later shift currently that is around OCE prime time. Currently, we have EU staff are going to be taking a shift soon. Later in the day, NA staff will be taking over. It's a worldwide endeavor. That's what I'd like to say about it. There are people with bait, so if you are able to trade, there are people who have the bait. You just have to make sure that you are that you're dutifully equipped with all your stuff, and you have the folklore books. I will actually make a quick. You do just. It is just it's just slippery. It's you don't need folklore books, but it's just slippery. So we've got people catching it already, with lots of people already getting lucky with their feast and famine fish. The window is quite large because the only thing that restricts a Nepto Dragon window is time. It has to be weather. Sorry, it has to be raining in Eastern Lenosha. As long as it's raining, you can fish we can fish a Nepto Dragon. So we gotta be we got people who are being moral support because they've already caught this fish. I guess is the best way to say it. Oh my god. Flip the boat. 15 minutes left. Right, wow, Jesus. Ugh. I do love me some fish. Apparently, if we use jackhammers on one side of the boat, please do not flip the boat. Flip the iceberg too, Joe. There's a lot of silliness during this train. Thank you, well fishes. Thank you for the well fishes. It's great. We're definitely all crowded on the correct side to. Oh my God, what is going on? There is nobody on this side of the boat, thank God. Everyone who is fishing is on this side, thank God. Like, you can hear the crowd noise. Jesus. Yeah, this is wonderful. I'm very much over the moon with I'm going to the boat. What has the boat done to deserve this? What has the boat done to deserve this? Wahoo! I do love me some. You have obtained one of the two books I'm missing. That's excellent. Um, I mean, you can totally take a break during the train. There's lots of downtime where you can, like, if you have access to Endwalker, you can go fish some fleeting brands and get the last book that you need. Um, I mean, if you want to go ocean fishing, that's like in 3 minutes. There's definitely scope to try and get a few more scripts. And I mean, as I said, the train is going to be running for the next 21 hours or so. So, we've got lots of time and lots of space to catch up. As a reminder, information about the train can be found at the pin post in this stream, eorzean.fish/pride2024. Or for people who are having trouble accessing that link, you can go to aquariumsophia.card.co. It do be like that sometimes. It do be like that sometimes. you can you can identical catch. Yeah, we recommend people have lots of high cordials or cordials of some sort to in order to um, we've tried and accommodated as many things as we can, but unfortunately we can't accommodate for everything. However, that's not you know, there's only so many inventory spaces we have. Um, yeah, catching collectible fish is always a good idea. There's the scripts. We obtained a lot of scripts for a lot of these baits, so there is no shortage of bait on this train. You are more than welcome to come and even if you don't have the correct bait, we can help you out. We have some supply of it. We're happy to trade you if you're able to be traded. That ain't a big deal. Uh, Cordials, yes, there's someone in Yell Chat who is offering cordials. Um, yes, if you don't have access to high cordials, or you just really don't have any scripts, um, Ramdelopterosaurus. 10 minutes left. Next fish is the Ramdelopterosaurus malgomananus. Um, it's just Rhymelopterus. That you will be requiring the Heavensward folklore for that. That will be in the Churning Mists, and again in another kind of tight platform because it's a bit of a squeeze as well. And there's parts of that platform in which you cannot catch. We can't catch out. I'm trying my best. Megalodon. Yes. You can catch a megalodon. The best collectible fish to farm. Okay, so if you are not in Endwalker yet, the best thing to do is go on an ocean fishing boat. If you are in Endwalker, the best place to go is Mare Lamentorum, where you can catch fleeting brands in. I need to get the exact name of the hole. The frozen. Is it the frozen fisher? No, it's Is it frozen? It is the frozen fisher. Fleeting brand. Just sit there with some versatile lures, and It's always up. Just easy collectible fish farming. The only hard part is getting to where the frozen fisher is. I screamed. I screamed and it scared my husband. I was like, my fish slipped. Oh dear. Yes, I can understand. I have made after I caught Cinder Surprise, I made a sound and then I went to lie down in bed and then I woke up like 3 hours later. It's it just happens. It just happens. It really gets the emotions going. We got people coming in and out of the a lot of people showing up just now. You have 900 versatilers. That's yeah. I mean, yeah. You are equipped. Just turn on your collector's glove, and you're more than ready to go. You use patience too. Precision hook set. Just keep going. Ain't no fish down here. Nepto Dragon. So we will be moving to the next hole fairly soonish. It's the window will be closing. I'm gonna say in about 6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes. 6 minutes left on this weather. It's again purely based on the weather. Nothing to do with the time. It's purely if it's raining, you can try it. We are yes. The next fish you don't have is the cosmic. Yeah, cosmic haze is a bit of a pain to catch, but yes. It's I mean it's just a very slippery fish. Interesting facts about Nepto Dragon. I think this is like if there's any fish that was that I feel like has been nerf. I don't want to say nerf, but it's been made more efficient with changes in the kit. I would say that it's Nepto Dragon largely because you have things like identical cast and double and triple hook, which have made it a lot easier to get the prerequisite fish. And then just you're just chumming out for northern krill. Um, you've got a bigger GP pool thanks to Angler's Art. It's so you get more chances to try to get the Thaleos, to get the intuition. I do think that this is definitely now with the current Endwalker kit is on the easier side of catching, especially with the pool of GP we have. Yeah, 9 seconds left on int. Wow. I think we so part of the thing that gives fish difficulty is what is required to proc intuition and how long the intuition lasts for. So certain fish have very difficult requirements for intuition, requiring several fish. So some fish, like sidereal whale or warden of the seven hues, requires a certain number of fish to be caught in certain quantities. Rhamdelopterus is also one of those fish. You need certain fish in certain quantities to trigger intuition. And part of the difficulty is that as long, like, if you don't catch it during your first intuition window, how easy slash hard is it to regain that intuition as long as the window is open. So for some fish, due to the length of the window, like sea butterfly, it is difficult because a lot of it involves is GP management, and sometimes you just don't get it. For some fish like sidereal whale, you're really just sitting there and waiting to holding your fish until you trigger intuition. There's lots of tips and tricks required to trigger intuition. There is 2 minutes left on Nepto Dragon. I will be making... Oh, what is going on? Typing hard. It, okay. So there will be a 15-minute break after this, where it's a great time to just take a break, to stretch. I will be stopping here. I'll be stopping the stream here to actually go take a break, sleep, etc. Reconvene with my fellow leads. Nepto Dragon is closed. So we are heading over. I will be heading over to the hole, and then I will be concluding the stream. Thank you everyone for joining me. It's been great kicking this off. I really enjoyed my time. Planning this, making sure that this is going well. Shout outs to Fruity, to Jenna, to Ines, to Corey, to all the aquarium staff who have come together to make this possible. It's a lot. It's a lot of work to get this going, and you all deserve massive props, because this is not a one-person endeavor. This is 100% a team endeavor. Yeah, It's really important to me that Eorzean Aquarium does these pride events, as we are definitely committed to making sure that everyone gets to fish. Everyone. So everyone. So we'll be heading over to the next spot. Oh boy, this is a hole and a half. Now what hole are we going to? Okay. Look, I'm gonna go to Zenith. Okay. Rhamdeptilosaurus Rex. Okay, I'm gonna get to the fishing spot and then I'm gonna call it a day. Oh boy, this is such a trek! Oh my god. Rhamdeptilosaurus Rex. I'm just like, I'd like to, like, I think my next job is like mashing up Rhamdopterus with other big fish, so Rhamdopterus of the Seven Hues. Rhamdopterosaurus Topusambus Rex. Rhamdopterosaurus Pustumbus Rex. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. So the lore for this fish, if you're not aware, it is named after Rymdel, who is an NPC who features in Eorzea's lore. Rymdel is the author of the Rymdel Codex, and it is the closest thing that we kind of have to a, I guess, Darwinian origin of the species. There are some debates as to whether this fish is real, and whether Rymdel actually discovered it. So, hence the name Rhamdopterus. Now there it is. There's the cliff below me. Right. Whoa! Everyone just loaded in at once. Oh, look at that. Right. Thank you everyone for joining me. It has been a great time having you here. The train will be continuing for the next 21 or so hours. We will be having our next warden window in about 4 hours time. You can find the train information at eorzean.fish/pride2024, or you can join the EMN Discord. You can find links for that very handily. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.